It's a huge week on the continent this week, as many of you will know. It's exactly 5 years ago since I was elected as an MEP for the West Midlands for the Brexit Party. There I am on the night of my election. Let's check out one of my favourite moments from my time in the European Parliament.
Surely it is time for the budget to be audited externally with full transparency, because at present we cannot trust the EU with our income tax nor our VAT. With the EU, there's no money back nor guarantee. I put it to you, Madam Speaker, that only fools and horses would sign off the 2020 budget. Thank you.
We had some merry mischief. I also called Guy Verhofstadt Darth Vader. I almost miss it. But on a serious point, there has been a huge change in mood in the European Parliament as populist parties are expected to gain many more seats. And it looks like there is already large gains for the populist nationalist parties in the Netherlands. And to discuss that, I'm now joined by Rob Roos, who's an independent MEP in the Netherlands. Rob, always a delight. Still looking well turned out and debonair as ever, Rob. So last night, yesterday, the Dutch went to the polls. You went first. You went up the ladder first. Something extraordinary happened. We've seen some exit polls, Rob, overnight. Tell us what happened.
Yes, we had the elections yesterday, and there is an increase of EU critical seats in the European Parliament. We had 29 seats we have that now, but for the next mandate we will have 31 seats, and there is an increase of 9 seats of EU critical parties. So that's a big win.
And in particular, the exit polls appear to be showing that Geert Wilders' part of the PVV is projected to get 7 seats versus 1 in 2019. That's a gain of +6. And an extraordinary thing I saw, Rob, when we looked at the top concerns amongst voters as they were leaving the polls in the Netherlands, they painted a very, very interesting picture. Rob, tell us, what were Dutch voters most motivated by?
Well, it is still a provisional result. It may still change until the final result will be announced on Sunday evening, in order not to influence voting behavior in the other member states. The final results will be announced on Sunday evening. So it still can change. PVV is now indeed on 7, but it can be 6, unfortunately. And the Socialist Green Party is at 9, but they can gain 1 seat and go to. And they are now on 8, but they can go to 9. But still, it is a big win, and. But unfortunately, only 38% of the PVV voters, the party of Geert Wilders, who are EU critics, went to the polling station compared to the national elections, while the 83% of the Socialists and the Greens, they merged in our national parliament, who are very in favor of an ever closer union, went out to vote yesterday compared to the national election. So even with a very low turnout of the EU critical voters, it's still a very big win. And partly to express the reason that the turnout of the pro-EU is much higher is that to express their support for the EU, they always did, and partly to express their disgust of at the position of power that the PVV has acquired due to the result of November 22, and that the PVV will now become a party in the center of the power here in the Netherlands. But still, it's a very big win for the EU critical parties.
OK, Rob Roos, and we're expecting to see those results rolling over the next weekend into Monday. Could there be a political revolution across the European bloc? Could there be the spirit of Brexit